A watchman named William Hayes smelled smoke. It was 9 p.m. on December 16, 1835. He followed the smell to a 5-story warehouse on Merchant Street, just 1 block from Wall Street. When he opened the door, the entire inside, from the floor to the roof, was already on fire. He had no idea the city was about to lose nearly 600 buildings in one night. Here's what happened. Earlier that evening, a gas pipe inside the dry goods shop of Comstock and Andrews burst. The gas leaked out and hit a nearby coal stove. That was enough. The building caught fire fast. And the problem was, everything around it made things worse. The neighboring shops were packed with whale oil, turpentine, and stored goods. Here's how fire spreads. Heat jumps from one material to the next. When one building burns, the heat radiates outward. If the next building has flammable material, oil, wood, fabric, it catches too. On Merchant Street, the buildings were crammed close together, and the warehouses were loaded with fuel. Then the wind hit. Gale-force winds from the northwest pushed the fire toward the East River. The temperature that night was the coldest in 36 years. It had already dropped to 17 degrees below zero. New York City had 1,500 volunteer firefighters. They ran through the streets pulling heavy hand pumps, but when they connected their hoses to the water supply, something went wrong. The water froze inside the hoses before it even reached the fire. The East River, normally their backup water source, had a thick sheet of ice on top. Workers had to chop through the ice just to get to the water, and when they did, the water froze again in the pumps on the way up. The fire crossed block after block. By midnight, it had reached the Merchants Exchange, a grand marble building that merchants believed was completely fireproof. By 2 a.m., that building was on fire too. People ran into the streets and dumped furniture, silk, wine crates, and crates of cutlery on the ground to save them. A gust of wind sent a streak of flame across one square and burned it all to ash in minutes. City officials had one option left. They sent a boat to Governor's Island and brought back 100-pound kegs of gunpowder. They blew up entire rows of buildings to create a gap, a fire break that the fire could not cross. That finally stopped it. By the time it was over, 674 buildings were gone. The damage came to $20 million, roughly $640 million today. 2 people died. The fire that nearly flattened Manhattan's entire financial district, visible from Philadelphia 80 miles away, the city rebuilt quickly using stone and brick. And to make sure the water never froze in the hoses again, New York built the Croton Aqueduct, a massive water system completed in 1840. The fix for a frozen hose was a 4-year construction project that changed the city's plumbing forever.